Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Cummins, I'm the author of True Path of the Ninja. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to make a secret ninja arson tool or body warmer. Now there are a few names for this, but we've referenced it as Donohi. So in this video I'm going to explain to you how to do it. Then kindly a gentleman who's under the name of Iga Tengu on here on our site, he's actually done an experiment in a garage and I'll talk you through the experiment. So here we go. First you're going to look at this picture. This is what the actual device looks like. Now what it is a copper cylinder that's actually filled with charred or blackened material that when given a spark creates a smouldering effect that can last for a maximum of around 14 hours. A ninja would carry this and they would carry it for warmth, but they'd also carry it for warmth and for starting fires or starting what's called jiaki or ground burning. Now you could do anything with this. You creep into the castle and you burn it down, or you could start your campfire. In the Nimpiden it says a shinobi must carry fire, and this is great because in the Shonin kit it tells us how we do this as well. The first thing you do is get a copper cylinder around 6 to 7 inches long. Then you get caps for both ends. You drill holes in the end and you make holes in the body for the oxygen to come through. That's the first stage. You have to have an iron bar that fits directly inside it. Now you leave that to one side. The second part is the interesting part, which is kuroyaki, which is black burning. Now this is where I did the video where you get strange people trying to put lizards in it. Remember guys, no lizards in this. That's a mistake, so no lizards. So what this is, you need to get a pot. It doesn't matter what pot, any type of pot with a lid that will close on it. And what you do is there's no oil inside, no anything. You set a fire underneath it and you put the materials you need to use inside to burn them black. So what you'll do with this, so let's say, I'll go through the recipe in a minute, but let's say you're just using cotton. You wrap the cotton around the iron bar and you put the iron bar inside and you leave it to burn black. Once it's all black 100%, you take it out and let it cool down. Okay, let it cool down. You then you insert the bar with the actual cloth around it. You then light the object and you close the cap. I would suggest wrapping it in your tenugui because it must be boiling or roasting hot, and this you keep inside your kimono to go out on a night mission, which will last you all night. All I can say is I presume if a ninja's going for many nights at a time, he must have spare bars of this so he can carry on the next day. We do not know. Natori does not say. So now you have that, I'm going to take you through the video. Now you can see there we've actually got the copper tube in place, but this one's heating. You shouldn't normally heat the tube itself, you should just heat outside, but this was done for ease this time. Please remember that. Now what we've got here is actually a tin. This is going to be our kuroyaki or black burning. You can see the fire underneath, there's cotton inside and the tin is just generally burning. Again, the same with air, we're doing the same principle. Again, you should not heat the actual copper tube. Remember that this is just for the experiment. The tube is always kept cold until you put it in. There he is with his blowtorch. Now this represents the kuroyaki part. So sorry to keep repeating myself, but obviously do this in the pot with a fire underneath it. This was just done for ease. Apparently, according to this gentleman, you'll know because when the smoke stops, you've actually got everything's black. So you wait for the smoke to stop coming out of your pan when you're using your pan. Now here we're going to actually come back to our kuroyaki, our tin with cotton inside of it. Now there we go, all smoke has stopped. And there we go, there's the blackened cotton that's inside. Now of course here it's not fully black because the experiment worked only about 80%, so you should do this until everything is black. Now there we have. Now normally you would already have sparks with your fire, but here we go. See how easy that starts? One smash, woof, off it goes. Now remember, you would already have a campfire with you, so you'd start yours in the morning and carry on, or you'd have the second one with you, already burning. You can see how beautifully it smoulders away from the smallest spark. Just again for you there, just in case. Here we go. Once, and off it goes. Now remember, in the actual manual, this is rolled around, and it's actually with different types of vegetables. All the information's in the book, to be honest. The full recipe's there, and he gives you hints on different things, and that would mean that it would last much longer, as of course this is meant to be 14 hours. Now we're going to try and experiment with this has come off the heat now, so remember this is the wrong way round. This should be cool. So off the cap comes. There it is. So imagine this is now at the end of the surf. You put this in the black pan, you've got it ready, and this is your iron bar with the actual cotton round it. So imagine that the copper piping is cold and the iron bar is hot. Then what you would do, once your bar is hot, you would get your cool copper pipe and in it goes. There it goes in. Then you would have to give it a spark from a fire or from anything, flint and tinder, whatever you need. There it goes, kicks off. Happily smouldering away. Now I can imagine it gets quite hot actually, so I don't know how the shinobi would deal with it. They'd probably have to use a cloth. Now remember, of course, the more you blow on this, the quicker it will go out. But as you can see, there we go, the embers are working beautifully. Any ninja could now set fire to any castle by the simple blowing of breath. So you see it's black there, it's just black. You can't, not much smoke coming out, hardly anything, and then you blow on it and off you go, you can start a fire. Again, show you that it can go almost out. It can literally just, you can leave it there for 12 hours, then blow on it. There it goes. Really well done, Ninja tool. So remember, what you're doing is you're wrapping your ingredients around the actual bar. You then dry roast it in a closed pot, let it cool down, and then you place it into your copper cylinder, and then you close the cylinder and you keep it with you once it's ignited. Alright? Okay, the recipe. Right. Now, what you use is generally cotton, or what you do is you twist cotton or hemp, which is rinsed in water and kneaded well by hand. You've got to really make it that rough old cotton. So in other manuals they say keep this outside for 3 years, things like that. This can be made out of several types of things. This can be made out of like mulberry paper, it can be made out of eggplant or aubergine stems and leaves, barks of trees, seeds, decaying boards, all this type of thing. And Natori himself says here it should last between 12 and 14 hours if you get it right. He says the recipe is up to your ingenuity. So what you've got to realise is that you get your perfect mixture and you try out what's good for you, and you get it, you take it with you on a shinobi mission. And then, once you've done it, you've set fire to things, or you need to make a campfire. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now what I'd like to say is, if anybody can they make one of these, and can they film it and show it from the beginning to the end, and then of course send me the finished one for Christmas. Okay guys, I'm going to quickly show you me in the library to show you how we do a bit of our research. I hope you enjoy. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Hi guys, I'm in a library, I'm in Manchester University Library, and for those who say I don't do research, right, here we are. Yeah. So if you want to know where we do our research, in Japan, Yoshie does it. So at the minute I'm in the comparative religion section trying to do some background work. So for those who say where do I do my research, this is where it is, in libraries like this. Right, gotta